7 important reminders to help you remain peaceful when people speak negatively about you. 1. Misery loves company. Unfortunately, people who are vibrating at a low frequency often want to drag others down to their level. Sometimes they'll try to expose what's wrong with you because they can't handle everything that's right with you. They probably won't like it when others show you love or give you attention, and their resentment will probably build when, despite their efforts to make others hate you, they still love you. The internet is full of people who enjoy seeing other people being ridiculed and kicked while they're down. They're quick to accept negative assumptions and eager to celebrate failures. People who have made mistakes or fallen on hard times rapidly become trending topics as a result of a cultural addiction to the downfall of others. 2. People oppose progress. When you're making noise, someone will try to turn down your volume. When you're shining bright, someone will try to dim your light. It's simple. If you weren't standing out from the rest, people would have no reason to hate. These haters are often individuals who feel threatened, jealous, or hurt by our confidence as we strive for greatness. They may feel that our success will limit theirs, or fear losing their place to us. They may dislike the idea that our confidence leads us to be celebrated when they strongly desire their own praise. They may be offended by our unrestricted beliefs if theirs are constrained by a conditioned mind that feels powerless to change anything. They want to dampen our will and drive so that their ego doesn't feel overshadowed. By belittling us, they believe they won't feel so little themselves. These people exist, and they'll show up on our path to a greater life. We mustn't deny their existence, but we mustn't react either. A reaction is exactly what they want to make us feel down and protect their ego. 3. Hurt people hurt other people. The way people act towards the outside world illustrates what's going on in their inner world. When someone attempts to make you feel inadequate, it's because they feel inadequate themselves. Understanding this will help you to handle related situations more effectively. For example, sadness makes people act bitterly and without love. Pain and internal suffering claw us into a low vibration. It causes a domino effect of hurt, because all too often people aren't in a good mood because they've been hurt by someone else who wasn't in a good mood. These newly hurt people then hurt other people, and on it goes. But trying to heal pain by inflicting it on others doesn't work. The Indian guru and spiritual teacher Osho once likened this to banging on a wall. His view was that attacking others to relieve your pain is like someone being angry and then taking it all out on a wall, trying to cause it damage. They don't define the wall, and the wall doesn't have the problem they do. Eventually, they'll end up more hurt, even though the wall hasn't hurt them itself. 4. Disliking difference. People tend to feel drawn towards individuals who resemble them in some way. This is demonstrated by a neuro-linguistic programming technique called mirroring, which shows that mimicking an individual's behaviors encourages them to like you. So, if you're generally loud, bubbly, and full of life, and you come across someone similar, you'd probably think they're pretty cool. And if their speech patterns, body language, and tone are similar to yours, you might think, you know what, there's something about this person I really like. That's because they're just like you. We can also assume the opposite to be true. People tend not to feel an affinity with individuals who are different from them. And someone different from you might think you come across as a bit strange or out there. Ultimately, they won't understand you or want to understand you because your energy doesn't match theirs. 5. What goes around comes around. You've probably heard the word karma. Many people are uncomfortable with this term because it's a theological concept that involves reincarnation. The belief is that your actions will have ramifications on your next life cycle. The more good deeds you do in this life, the better your next life will be. Whether or not you believe in reincarnation, most of us accept the notion that one reaps what one sows. In science, we might recognize this as cause and effect, or relate it to Newton's third law. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. And if you look through the majority of religious texts, you'll find a reference that relates to the idea that what goes around comes around. But when people treat us unfairly, we rarely reassure ourselves that karma will catch up with them and just move on with our lives. Instead, we get caught up in our emotions while our rational mind takes a back seat. For example, if someone is going around saying you're violent when you're clearly not, you might feel offended. If they persistently do this, you may feel anger building inside you. One day you might get sick and tired of the accusations and react violently. Even if the rumor isn't true, your actions have now made it look as though it is. Earlier, we learned that actions driven by a low vibrational state, such as anger, will only hurt us further, and that includes the bad karma these actions will create. So don't allow the cruelty of others to define your future. 6. The lonely and bored crave attention. When your life isn't interesting, you tend to focus on other people. You seek excitement and attention from hating others and provoking reactions. This is why memes are so popular on the internet. People want others to laugh at their attempts at mocking someone else. They'll do it for likes, comments, and shares for instant gratification. This will make them feel good for a short time and as if they're doing something worthwhile. 7. What people say about you says more about them than about you. When others judge you, they reveal themselves. They show their insecurities, needs, mindset, attitude, history, and limitations, and they paint a clear picture of their future. They won't go very far or live a joyful life if they're wasting their precious time judging others. Drop a 100 if you read this far. This shows you are part of the 0.01% who actually finish what they start. If you are serious about changing your life, then make sure to join our movement by leaving us a follow.